So I think that, like I asked the guy, I told him they was prejudiced,
Who's that?
and I told the promoters here in Minnesota that they're prejudiced, and they challenged me. They said, "Well, how can we be prejudiced?" And I said, "You're prejudiced because you don't respect the fact that black artists control black music. Hip hop is black, and there's nothing you can do about that. There's nothing you can't dig up 100 years and go get.
Is the fan base black?
Yes, the fan base is the fan
Does
base.
the black fan base support black art
See
to
that,
the extent that it can survive and sustain itself?
but see that's not the
Yes.
point.
No, it is. It has the.
Hip hop has a fan base,
Absolutely.
but has no color. That's the thing about hip hop, because hip hop is so influential in every area that's why they think they can steal it. Because they're like, okay, I'm watching Tim, I'm watching Timothy, which is my best friend, and all of a sudden he's wearing what they're wearing, and he's doing what they're doing, and I feel like, you know, if I do the same thing, I can do, like I can be that. And I'm like, that's not true. It's something about it's just something about a brother that they love. You know what I mean? And they don't understand that. So because you're like my fan base is 70% white. You know what I mean? So by my fan base being
How
70%,
how big would you say your fan base is?
if I drop an album, I could sell 7,000, 8,000 first week. I probably do about 50,000 in an album cycle, like independently, like you know what I'm saying? Just mom and pops, and dealing with the people that I've dealt with in the
And what
past.
markets?
Uh, Bigger markets, New York, LA. I do a lot in Washington and Atlanta. Texas, I'm crazy.
Now,
Texas.
why ain't Minnesota fucking with Minnesota FATS?
But see, Minnesota doesn't have a. Minnesota actually is a crazy market for me, but it's mom and pop. They don't have a legitimate anything. So to legitimize yourself, you have to go through atmosphere and rhyme sayers, and that's not something that I'm willing to do. Like I went head to head against them for a couple of years because like I said, I don't like the process. I challenged a promoter the other day. I asked him, I told him, like I said, you prejudice. I said, no, we're not. How we prejudice, Fats? We spent over $400,000 on non-white artists in the last 5 years. I said, non-white, first of all, is a prejudice fucking description. But anyway, I'm like, so you spent $400,000 paying black artists? He's like, yeah. I said, how much did you pay a white artist? Much less. I said, why much less? Because they don't charge that much. I said, so if G Easy come and asks us to 2 Chainz, you know what I'm saying? G Easy might want a dub. 2 Chainz might want 50. But 2 Chainz is gonna bring 3 times the people. So, what's the problem? He's like, well, white artists don't really charge that much and they don't have this, they don't have that. And I'm like, so you telling me that black artists can charge more because they demand a bigger crowd and they have essentially a bigger name? He's like, well, you just say that. I was like, well, let me ask you something. Why do y'all go out of y'all way to promote white artists? Why do you push black artists to the side to push white artists if you know this is an inferior product? So what's the use of pushing Prof if you can push Slim and know Slim I sell 5 times more than Prof strictly off the color of his skin? I'm like, it's like you don't wanna, like y'all wanna rewrite the Bible or you wanna remake the wheel. And I'm like, we don't have no time for that shit. Y'all need to find that nigga. And I'll tell them, find that nigga, that special nigga that got it, and promote him. And stop trying to make Minnesota what you want to make it to be. I just
What
know
is
it's gonna be
Minnesota,
there.
man? Why'd you name yourself Minnesota FATS?
I mean, my name was Minnesota FATS from something way before I was even aware of who.
The pool player?
But I never knew my father that much. And they used to, they used to, I hate Trump people, man. Joe, you yelling. And you edited that shit, man. The color, the hustler, the color of money, whatever the show was. And I used
Joan, you drunk.
yeah, she drunk as hell. I'll tell you, it's her birthday.
Oh, absolutely.
Her
Get drunk, Joan.
Yeah, her birthday tomorrow. She came to my house. She like, can I get the champagne out your refrigerator? I'm like, you champagne in my refrigerator? She like, yeah. You done had it for like ever, because I don't drink. So she done made it with Vouv and rosé and all type of shit in my refrigerator. She took all that shit. She said, I'm going to the W downtown. Come do with me. I'm like, whatever. I had me and OG Grip shot a video last night. So we shot that video last night, and I just bought a new condo and shit. So I had went there, I brought everybody to the condo. We was all like partying and shit. And she was like, I want to come over and party. I'm like, shit, I'm about to go to bed. So when I woke up, she was dead in that one for bullshit. Like, we're gonna party some more. It's my birthday. I'm like, your birthday when? She like, tonight? I'm like, hey, fuck it. I was like, go tell G-Paul come down. She I don't know if he drinking, so he can come down. We can do this little interview shit downtown. Cause this shit need to be talked about.
What else you want to talk about, man?
But I used to watch the movie and shit. I used to see this fat, smooth ass nigga playing pool. And I was like, I bet that's how my daddy is. You know, he's just white, you know. But I bet that's how my father is, like a smooth fat nigga and shit. You know what I mean? And then, like, I was living in Chicago then. And when we moved to Minnesota, you know, I was like, you know, me and my guy Famous, you remember Fame? They got killed.
I know the name. I don't think I knew him.
Well, he got killed. He used to act like Norton. You know what I'm saying? He used to come on my house. He was real goofy, but he was cool. He used to come through like, instead of knocking on the door, the nigga come to the window or some shit. We like, nigga, the door is right there. Like the window, he come to the window. So in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, Norton. And then at that time, I had a like, you know, I was in a real relationship. And my girl, gorgeous, and I used to come home and be like, and I used to feel like Ralph Cramden. You know what I'm saying? Because I always identified with Jackie Gleason for some reason. Because I felt like he should have been black. You know what I mean? Because he was a smooth, big white boy. And when I had to come up with a moniker for my rap situation, I sat down and I thought about it. And I was like, I've been Minnesota FATS my whole life, bro. I just didn't know it. Like, I was super attracted to this situation that this man was in. And even when he's flipped over to the honeymooners, and she come in with the dicky suit on and, you know, talking to his bitch all crazy. Well, I'm a fool at Alice to the moon and all that other bullshit. Like, I used to identify with him like a big nigga with a bad bitch and a goofy best friend. And when I realized that God had put it on me early, that this was ordained, and like Minnesota, man, it's fucked up. It's a fucked up place, man. Like, it's a fucked up place. And anybody who know I love Minnesota to death. Ain't nobody rap Minnesota harder than me. You know what I'm saying? I done did fucking tours, 70 city tours with $1 million tour buses with my name, Minnesota FATS on them off. I done been in every ghetto in America, laying my back down.
Did you have to pay for that?
What?
To go on tour?
Yeah. Yeah. It's called a bio. You know what I'm saying? And you
talk on that, man. Was it beneficial for you as an artist?
Very much so. I'm worldwide. I'm nationwide. Like, you know, if a nigga say I'm local, then he hating. You know what I mean? It's like he ain't dealing with reality. The reality is that I had a record that was top 100 that was spinning. Can I Freak with Waka Flocka. That was spinning in 40 cities. You know what I mean? These top records, Arizona, Phoenix, it's top record. Power 106, motherfucking GCI, Power 92, um, Seattle. You know what I'm saying? Like all of these places. Like when we was on the tour with Gotti, you know, we was on. I was on a Gotti. I went on a tour with Gotti twice. I went on a Cocaine Music tour, and then I went on the I Am tour. Now I was on the Cocaine Music tour, was killing it, and Gotti asked me back. You know, and then once we got off the Cocaine, off the I Am tour, he asked me to sign with them.
How much you have to pay for going to them?
It was $500 a show. Like wasn't nothing. How much the whole tour cost us?
How much you
Probably about 100,000. Like that whole the whole get up. Chance to, you get a chance to go up to places like Baltimore, where it's like real black people. You know what I mean? And you go to DC, the DMV.
What you mean real black people?
Like real black people, like you. You know what I'm saying? Like people who play chess and read Langston Hughes and know what the fuck Souls of Black Men is and not niggas. Like actual people who care about the culture. It's a lot of them out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of intellects here. And we want to know what you think about this. And I'm like, what? And they like, because we know your reading habits. I'm a very avid reader. I'm really into political views and learning about my history. And for them guys to sit me down and to ask me about certain things concerning black people, I was happy about that because I don't want to be a Minnesota dead body. I don't want to be somebody that's just, okay, you from Minnesota, so you fuck white bitches and you wear shorts in the wintertime and you fat and you lazy. And I don't want none of them stigmas. I might be fat, but I'm not lazy. I know about my culture. I could run this country. I could run a project in Whitehaven, Mississippi, or Memphis if I feel like. You know what I mean? Like it's a stigma. Like, you from Minnesota? Huh. You know what I mean? That's how they look at you. Or like, oh, I don't know nobody from Minnesota but Kirby Puckett and Prince or some shit like that. Some weirdo shit they say, And I was happy to be able to give Minnesota a real, for them to say it's at least one real nigga in Minnesota. Maybe we can find another one. Maybe when the next time somebody tell me they from Minnesota, I'm going to mention FATS. I'm saying, oh, I got a player partner up there, Minnesota FATS, instead of saying, where that's at? Who would that do? Or it's talking about Zach Levine tearing his ACL or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they actually have something of substance. And I tell these niggas, I got records with Snoop and Game and fucking me and CeeLo just worked on some shit. And I'm like, all of these things are people trying to help us. They don't gotta do this shit. These people are trying to help us because they see potential in what I'm doing and they know this talent is unspoken for. So they're like, fam, how great would it be for the big nigga to win? Like, how cool would that be, G? You know what I'm saying? For a motherfucker to be like, Minnesota FATS got a Grammy out this bitch. That fat nigga, and like the message that would send to other.
Is that what your goal is, to get a Grammy?
I actually everything I write that's not a hip hop song, I write it with Grammy intentions. I really want accolades for my music.
You wrote "Can I Freak" with Grammy accolades.
That's
in
not
mind?
a rap. That's not a rap song.
What kind of song is that?
I said any song that's not a rap song.
Okay.
When I write "Can I Freak" was the dumbest shit I ever wrote. And if you like Kels, my assistant, the girl.
Which one?
She dressed like a boy, Kels. Hey, if you seen it. Or they'll tell you, what I did before I wrote Can I Freak, I said, I'm going to go write the dumbest record that I ever wrote. I swear. I said, I'm going to write the dumbest record I ever wrote, and I will lay it down. And I went in the studio, and I heard the beat, and I said, she got ass for days and I got cash for weeks. If she pop it, I'ma drop it. Little mama cannot free. And that took off. And I wrote a song about I wrote something about single mamas or some shit like that, and people act like they don't hear it. You know, they act like I wrote something about how high my grandma medicine is, and my mama medicine. You know, Benacart, motherfucking 10 pills for $800. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody listened. But I dropped Can I Freak, and they ate that shit up. They ate it up. And what Jay say, I ain't been rapping like common sense. Like at one point, I actually was digging a rap. Like I'm digging this. I'm digging how people listening to a nigga. And then it's like, yeah, but can you dumb that down a little bit? Cause you spitting over their heads. I'm like, no, that's what I want to do. And then it's like, ain't no money in that. Ain't no money in that. Ain't no money in waking them up.
Why?
Because that's the way the world works. That's the same thing I'm telling this time.
So it still need to be done, though.
But so you making a sacrifice.
What kind of sacrifice?
For you sacrificing your potential. That's a decision that you have to make. Are you gonna be a sacrifice? Because it's only a certain type of market share that this music holds. So how many backpack rich rappers do you know?
It's not about being rich. It's about being a comfortable artist. If I can make $120,000 a year and live comfortably, and I'm touring 3 times a year,
but that
90 dates,
that depends
I'm cool.
That depends on what you want out of life, though.
Man, I want peace of mind and happiness.
See, and at this point, that's what we want. But 10 years ago, it was like I never wanted to be a superstar, but I want Ned money. I wanted Ned's money, so a nigga could be like.
So you can play Monopoly.
So we can change shit for real.
But you gotta be able to play Monopoly. That's what Monopoly is, man. You be able to buy buildings, you be able to do this, do that. You got this money, you got money coming here. So you gotta get that in real life.
And that's.
But you still don't. You can still wake people up at the same time. Like it's still. There's a bag in there too. For that.
Who did it?
Sometimes you gotta be the first one to do it.
That's the and it's gonna take extreme circumstance.
It's right.
Extreme circumstance, because Jigga does it. I thought you was gonna say Jigga. Jigga does it. You know, he act like, and his way of doing it is acting like he's not doing it, because he can't.
No, he ain't gotta act. He's just doing it. He ain't gotta act, man. He just do. And Jay doesn't act, man. Jay is just doing. And you catch him doing his stuff, and it seems like he acting, but Jay's just doing.
Jay acting. Because, like, for instance, My President's Black, right? When he jumped on that remix of My President's Black, they had a meeting with Jay-Z. And they asked Jay-Z, what's wrong? What's going on? Why are you stirring your people up? They didn't ask Jeezy that shit. They accepted the fact that this is Jeezy's angle. But once you have become to a certain level, it's like, all right, George, I'm going to give you $100 million. But you better not say nothing.
Man, I'm not taking that $100 million. I'm gonna go make 20.
Like David,
I'm gonna go do it on my own and make 20, and then I'm gonna help other people get their 5s and stuff. Right?
So you understood David Chappelle more?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I can respect that. I can respect.
Absolutely.
Because
you can't buy what I have. I'm willing to share it with you. So I know the leverage in that when it comes to the negotiation table.
So why do you think I haven't made a record in like 9 months?
I have no idea, man. I have no idea.
Because just what you have a choice to live within yourself or become something that you never wanted to become. And when Can I Freak and them type of motherfucking